been made in Canadian basketball. One hand down, all over the defense.
One-hand cockback.
Oh! Bringing the fans to their feet, putting a man in the rim.
And that was it! Oh my Lord!
Welcome to the NPA on NPH.
We're back live in Ottawa, Ontario. London Basketball Academy taking on Central Tech. I'm gonna say thus far, this will be the marquee matchup of the Ottawa session.
Thus
far.
London Basketball Academy better come ready because we know Central Tech is going to bring the heat. Expect some highlight reel plays. Matthew Daves, number 12 in blue, dangerous man over there. DeAndre Reed, he can catch some bodies in transition. An interesting prospect, very raw, but a lot of unique physicals is the big fella for LBA, Kirk Jakuc. 2019, 6'8" forward, very bouncy, but new to the game, and there's no better option than a guy like Coach Angelo Provenzano to help him get ready, particularly as he develops for next season.
Last year, being in the national championship was my welcome to everybody in the NPA. And Angelo Provenzano stood out as one of the most special coaches I've seen at this high school level. The way he worked through injuries and an undermanned squad, bringing LBA all the way to the national championship
8 guys.
game. Unbelievable. Ooh. Raheem Sullivan got off the bus, wound up from Toronto.
He's ready.
Oh, I love this kid.
He's ready.
Straight out of Regent Park. Want to talk about adversity? This kid has faced it. And there's Okai Jamgoose. You're going to hear his last name pronounced probably 7 different ways, but I'm saying it right. So get it right. Okai Jamgoose. Straight from his father's lips. I've seen just highlight videos of him, and I don't mean to say this guy is like an NBA player, but that release is Steph Curry-like. That release is special. There's a wide body you're going to see throughout the NPA this year.
These guys are all over the glass.
Josh Nkumsa. And I've heard he's added some added skill to that wide body. The guy's like a fire hydrant out there. And Raheem Sullivan, he's all about speed.
That is definitely not a good call whatsoever. And
we've been good with the officials this week. Let's keep it going.
I'm that guy.
Let's keep it going.
Hey, I would love to. I would love to keep it going.
They've called some blocks a goaltend. They've called a goaltend a block.
I don't think that they're doing a bad job. However, they got to adjust to the speed because this is not something they're typically used to seeing.
They got to stop with the technical fouls.
That's right.
Okay.
You talked about the NBA level 3 ball. Kids efficient as they come from behind the arc. 2020, 6'5" combo guard. Transition into the point. Way off on the other side. There for Central Tech.
And now we see another guy who I really enjoyed last year's with the ball right now, Denzel Cummins. In that national championship tournament, Cummins hit some of the biggest shots you could ask for a player. So impressed with him last year. Now he's a starting point guard with some players exiting this squad. Corner three, no good. Cummins pushing it the other way. We're just 2:20 in the first quarter of one of our marquee matchups of the Battle in the Capital, our first session of the National Preparatory Association season. Raheem Sullivan. Tough pass there, almost picked off.
Hey, 8 on the clock, go 3.
The Blues will get it back with 8 on the shot clock.
Dante, jab hard.
Sullivan, pull-up jumper, back ribbon out. Cummins holding it, setting up the offense. Some big bodies in the lane for LBA. Jamgu's running off the screen. He has Raheem Sullivan right up on him. Gets around Reed, tough pass, picked off. We're going the other way. Ooh, Raheem Sullivan didn't give up on that, but couldn't
That's an
tip
easy
it back.
buddy, gotta make that.
Ooh, Cummins crossed himself out of his shoes. Gets it back. Angelo Provenzano calling out a play from the sidelines. Jamgu's pull-up jumper. Rimming out. DeAndre Reed creating havoc down there.
I love what I'm seeing from the big fella. I watched him in the last game against SJK, the home opener for London Basketball Academy. And Kur Jakuc, his activity level has increased by miles. And at 6'8", you're active, good things will happen. Rebounding the ball, killing the offensive glass right now, and hopefully we get to see it on the defensive end as well. Watched him in warm-ups that game when I was in London, and you saw his shooting mechanics. He had something to him. And as he puts it together, he's quietly could be their best prospect long-term. Outside of Okai, of course.
I was listening over on the left side of my ear here, and it was Cummins talking to his head coach. He's seen something on the last couple of plays. And I think they were talking about Okai running off the screen, so it'll be interesting to see if they switch it back up and have him run back the other side of the arc.
Here's Tariq Ahmad in there is the block. Gerchuk, we talked about what we could see from him defensively, and he showed it right there. Great length and anticipation. Nice move there by
Denzel Cummins, taking it to the rack, sneaking it in along the baseline. Sneaky smooth was Denzel.
Jackson, 21.
Good to see him attacking the rim. They do need quality ball handling and ability to attack the gaps, open up the floor. I know that's something that he's been working on because we know what he can do already from behind the arc.
It's nice for Angelo Provenzano to have that option where this kid can run the point, but then also if they find himself open, because Okai is drawing defenses, if they can get it back to Cummins for some wide open threes, that's going to be helpful for this team. The big man stepping out.
I love it.
Ooh, there's the aforementioned Matthew Daves, that second jump. It's a foul on Kur.
Blue again.
Compiling a breakout list, top 5 breakout list from the week. Jaron Johnson, who just picked up his first offer from Eastern Florida, he'll certainly be on there. And the way that Gerchuk is playing right now for London could make the cut. Nice attempt there for the big fella, Tecumseh.
Been a slow start for these two teams, just reaching the midway point of the first quarter.
Thanks to everyone for tuning in on the live broadcast. Make sure to follow us on our social media at North Pole Hoops, as well as NPA Canada. The latest and greatest from the National Prep Association. Matthew Daves pulls up and is off there.
Kai Jamgoose, a little height advantage here. But you know that Central Tech is going to try to cut down on that size disadvantage purely through grit and fight. Ooh, Denzel Cummins came up a little wonky with the ankle there. Jamgoose up top, that's deep. And Kumsa brings it down. Ooh. Okai smart enough to know where he was.
LBA doing a fantastic job right now on the offensive glass.
Don't got to tell him twice. Had to beat the shot clock. Okai from deep. 10-2 right now for LBA. Central Tech just has not been able to get the offense going. Trying to go deep for deep. Ooh, and Kumsa called for a foul down low. Kevin Jeffers bringing in his third sub already this game. Akeem Olak checking in. Sorry. Isaiah Adebaboye. Ooh. Just beat the 5-second inbound. Eugene Kanku up top. Adebaboye. Tough take, nice finish, fearless to the rim. You had Nkumsa blocking out the sun coming across from the weak side, but no problem at all. And here's that Central Tech defense swarming the ball. 4:11 left in this opening quarter.
That was Tariq Hamad. Great name, by the way. Last on the finish there. Like you said, fearless. Very different than his early miss on the little bunny in the open court.
4:11 left. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back after a quick break.
History has been made in Canadian basketball.
From the Maritimes to the nation's capital.
I just like the sound.
Brady Kanku, my goodness.
To the 6.
Oh, big block there.
To the prairies.
By Jashawn Henry.
All the way to British Columbia. This is the NPA.
One-hand jam! All over the defense. My Lord.
Goodness gracious. Campbell with the facial.
Oh! E-man. Defense to offense.
Cummins, that is
No
not
way.
the guy.
No way.
Cummins.
Oh!
Plus the foul.
Cummins got the answer. Wow. That's another good one. There is Sammy Hunter. And that was it. Oh, my Lord.
And look at this. Danilo Jiricic ending his high school career with a dagger. Back to live game action. Josh Nkumsa down low, can't get it to go. Central Tech pushing back the other way. Pull-up jumper, no good. Everybody swarming the ball. Oh, Okai wide open. Man, I mean, he doesn't hit rim. He's just making it rain, and then there's a two-handed block. LBA is pumped up for this game. 13-4 early. Okay. Not that time. He is a volume shooter from range.
Never hesitates.
That's the booming voice of head coach Kevin Jeffers, the sideline. .324 to go here in the first quarter. Both these teams just got into the city prior to this game, trying to find their legs. Raheem Sullivan directing traffic up top. Caleb McKinnon gets it into the corner. Sullivan back into the paint, gets it to go. He's really the only guy for the Blues right now that's been able to find a little bit of a flow on offense.
Shout out to Evan Shikami, just joined us on the live broadcast. A freshman at the University of Toronto.
I was looking around, I was looking over my shoulder. Evan Shadkami is right here. He's on the live.
He came all the way to Ottawa.
Shout out Evan Shadkami.
Went from the Central Blues, graduated to the Varsity Blues.
Putting in work in the classroom, getting that U of T ticket.
That's the Ivy League education right there. Canadian Ivy League.
Beautiful facility there. Solid coaching staff. On the women's side as well.
Is Sullivan.
The Tatum family connection is strong. McMaster on the boys' side. Or the men's side, sorry. U of T on the women's side.
Matthew Daves, it's what I call the CIS special, very similar in years past to a guy like Nadim Hadzic, player that stateside slept on. He ends up in Canada, he has a chance to be all-conference, all-Canadian caliber.
Denzel Cummins hasn't taken a shot all day today outside of that beautiful layup we saw. Runs off a screen, quick boom, cash money. Such confidence from this kid.
Nice pump fake, but nowhere. He got him off the floor defensively, but he's got to make a move on that.
Sullivan gets it back.
Chambers.
To Rashawn Chambers.
Good to see him going. He can be a real factor at 6'7". Got a little bit inside-outside game.
Cummins again.
Whoa.
And there with the putback, Michael Mattis.
I like him. I like his attitude.
He's got some fire out there.
Good energy, for sure.
Nice pass to the baseline. Matthew Daves got to finish that. Come on, I've heard all this talk about Daves finishing strong. That was an opportunity right there along the baseline.
Uncharacteristic, no question about that. He might need a seat on the bench, as he just got basically an elbow, just to get him motivated. Best motivator sometimes is the hard pine.
7-point lead for LBA. Jackson Zach Conybear. Point lead now for LBA. 1:05 to go here in the opening quarter. Central Tech still trying to find their legs. Nice basket. Isaiah Adebaboye. Kai Jamgus running into trouble. Just got over midcourt in time. Raheem Sullivan hounding on defense and then stepping in to get a hand on it was Caleb McKinnon. 10 on the shot clock. 39.6 on the game clock.
This is a different LBA team that I saw in game 1 against SJK. They got an interesting big man dynamic. Both guys extremely active, and I'm not sure if this is a one-trick pony or if we're going to see this consistently from these two. But when those two bigs are activated, they're a load on both ends of the floor.
Layup no good. LBA with a chance to hold it for the final shot of the quarter. Cummins, he's not waiting on anybody.
Oh boy.
Oh, held on to the rim there, yeah. Refs are on top of it.
His energy right now is inspiring. You know, I'll take that little mistake, but for what he's given in terms of his intangibles, that's contagious.
13.2 to go. Central Tech, considering how much they've struggled on the offensive end, they have an opportunity to cut it down. Kaur got it back on the defensive end, stepping in for the charge. Refs are coming together to have a little chat.
I'm yelling clock.
4.2 to go. LBA with a chance to extend their lead. They're up 6. Cummings and Jamgus. Okai gets it. Corner. Wow. That's not good clock management right there. 18 to 12. LBA after the first. Could have been more. Central Tech happy to be still in this game. Stay with us. We'll be back. The battle in the Capitol. Second quarter action coming at you.
GTA Prep wisely feeding the hot hand. Oh, nice step back, cross through. And we got Sidney Kabongo on fire right now.
Oh! How about that nasty from Jashawn Henry?
Stick back, Chad. Chris Hagan.
Knock back. Oh!
Bringing the fans to their feet. Putting a man in the rim.
In transition with the cock back, one hand pounded. Woo! DeAndre Pierre all over the rim. Oh! Down the lane, Stephen Rawwire.
Everybody on their feet as Canada Top Flight Academy are the first high school age national champions in the history of Canadian basketball.
Back to live game action. Denzel Cummins with the rock. Okai Jamgus leading the way with 9 points in the first quarter. 3 trifectas, shooting 50% from three-point range in that first quarter.
Ooh.
Denzel Cummins is everything for this team. Like he really is.
He's got some, he's built some pedigree, you know, especially after last year. Last year was that time where he went from kind of being viewed, in my opinion, as a role player to then becoming, you know, a real impact player, especially when it matters the most. So his confidence is extremely high. And now it's a matter of keep giving the team different attributes. You know, 3-ball, we know he's got that. Attacking the rim, feeding his teammates, that's something we just saw him do, and he needs to do for this team.
Raheem Sullivan.
Oh, baby!
Initial block was clean. Michael Mattis.
Who is
Call
this
for
guy,
the
Jason
foul.
Tom? Who is this guy?
Well, I've heard you pronounce his last name about 4 different ways, so I'm trying to figure it out as well. So we're just going to call him Kaur.
Jason Tom with the light jab.
He's going to be a one-name player now. When you have that kind of...
Let's just call him Joe.
Let's just call him Kaur.
All right, we can call him
Kaur.
All right, is that what we're going with?
That's what we're going to go with.
Kaur.
Kaur.
Okay.
I'm going to believe it's Kaur Jokic. Or Jokic.
Jokic, that sounds like a Serbian,
I know.
Eastern European last name.
So we're going to go with Kur.
Let's do it. Kur, he has been. I mean, is it just me or like
No,
he's been all
impressive.
over the place?
Yeah, I agree. When you have that kind of height, that kind of length, and you can combine it with speed that he has, I mean, it's hard to miss this guy, right? There he is trying to save it going out of bounds. Jamgoose trying to beat the clock. Mattis is after it. Man, LBA just has so many weapons, and there's my guy, Denzel Cummins. Really fell in love with his game, hitting big-time shots for LBA last year in the national championships. He was coming off the bench back then. Now he's a starting point guard, and to see how much trust Angelo Provenzano's put into him, they chat every stoppage in play. Very impressed. And then there's Kur, head and shoulder fake, a little drop step. Man, this is a dangerous squad.
Night and day from what I saw. They looked like a bunch of young pups against SJK that needed leadership. And looking like a month later, they're getting it.
Ooh, Cummins got hit. And I mean this as a compliment too. Denzel Cummins with that long head of hair looking like, you know, Prince mid-80s. Waiting for the day they can hit a game winner and say game blouses for that kid.
Blouses. The young guns on this live broadcast have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh, it's Chappelle's show. Quick Google search. I'm sure there's a meme out there that they would understand. Came up short there, but Mattis brings it down, back out top. Okai, after some early magic from Jamgoose, has now gone 4 straight misses. (23-13) LBA. Raheem Sullivan.
He started off strong, Sullivan did, but quieted down a little bit. They need him active and playmaking at all times. That's when this team's at its best.
Well, so many times you see with Central Tech running into trouble with, you know, giving up some size at different positions, and then they end up figuring out in the second half.
Oh yeah, that halftime.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to send a videographer into that that locker room. There'll be some choice words.
We won't need him to be in the locker room. He can just be standing in the hallway, and we'll hear it.
Well, either way, words will be had.
Ooh, Matthew Daves, Colin Bank.
Maybe that's what he needed to get that motor going.
Ooh, Cummins is stripped. Easy to Isaiah Adebaboye.
Momentum is beginning to turn.
And that is what this team is all about. Feeding off of the momentum. Central Tech, the Blues. Okai into the corner. Cummins has it poked away. Mattis loses it. Back the other way. There's Raheem Sullivan. And we got a timeout. Angelo Provenzano wants to talk it over. He knows his Central Tech squad. He needs to stop this momentum. Stay with us. We'll be back to Ottawa, Ontario.
Rothsay Netherwood, better known as RNS, will enter its second season in the National Preparatory Association. Head coach Damien Gay will need leadership from his 4 seniors in order to continue to build on the program's solid foundation, which now has some added pieces to it. NCAA prospect Shaheem Malcolm made the move from Toronto to New Brunswick, and the lengthy guard is sure to make a splash in his new home. While Canadian national champion Kellen Tynes continues to earn high praise as the highest level prospect out of Canada's East Coast since fellow guard and Dartmouth native Lindell Wigginton. Halifax Prep out of Nova Scotia is following in the footsteps of their maritime brethren, RNS, as they enter their first season in the NPA. They will be led by...
Double-digit lead is down to 4 Central Tech, which we knew was going to happen, battling right back. Denzel Cummins facing down Raheem Sullivan. This is a great one-on-one matchup. Look at Denzel Cummins. Basket and the bump. No fear. Denzel Cummins to the line looking for the three-point play. I'm going to say this evolution began last February at the Nationals. A team that only had 8 players on the squad. Needed a leader. Needed a calm leader. Someone who could run the offense. Somebody who could, execute what needed to be done in crunch time.
Set the table.
And look at him now, right? And look at him now, right? That was the beginning, and this is where we're at now. And with a team like this, when you have this many weapons, like, it's easy to say you have that much talent, that much length, but you need someone to direct it all.
You need someone to set the table and demonstrate what a picnic looks like, so everyone can eat. Guys got to eat.
I've never heard demonstrating a picnic.
I was looking for another word, but you know what? We're going to take what we get.
I went with it. Yep. Clear path foul. And I do want to point out that Cummins just came off the floor and immediately turnover, leading to points on the other end. And that's what's going to be interesting, I think, with LBA. So with Cummins off the floor, does Okai become their point guard?
Well, I just want to touch base on the demonstrate the picnic point.
Because that is important at this point.
I think that is pretty accurate because you're not obviously having a picnic. You're just showing what a picnic looks like. And then, figuratively speaking, everyone's eating. Now, back to the point of Okai Jumgaz. What was your question?
I was talking about Okai Jamgoose, but if you want to talk about Okai Jumgaz, we can do that as well. Does he become the point guard now?
I'm just keeping you on ice.
But does Okai Jamgoose?
Yep.
Jamgoose. Oh, now I'm all messed up. Anyways, does he become the point guard now that Denzel Cummins is on the bench?
Absolutely. There's no other choice in the matter. So, he's a guy that's been, he's actually got the best ball handling capabilities on the team. Nice pass right there.
That's what we've been waiting for. A little backdoor alley-oop cut. Matthew Daves elevating. Nice, easy 2. We got ourselves a game, folks. I hope you tuned in. See our numbers climbing. Let your friends know. This is the marquee matchup right now.
These are the moments right here where we're watching development happen in real time. Nice move there, but no good. But Jamgoose needs experience at the point guard position, needs to learn how to play the position, make some mistakes. But one thing he's got it upstairs, the IQ to play the game as your friend Cummins checks back in.
Denzel, I hope you enjoyed your 45-second rest. Back on the floor because immediately when he came off, this game changed around.
Shout out to my man Jay Knott for the commentary.
Confirming what I've been saying from the beginning. Thanks.
No, I take full accountability for that name, and we'll. Jason Tom for MVP. Let's call it what it is.
Shout out Okai's father. Had a little Twitter conversation with him to make sure that as his son's star continues to rise, that he gets the respect that the family name deserves. Having said that, at the line is Kaur.
No,
I'm not. I'll talk at halftime. I will talk to him at halftime. We will confirm.
Yeah.
Would have done a pregame, but we had a total of 5 minutes between games. We are...
quick transition. That's what we do.
Yeah. I mean, but it's
like 8 minutes,
beautiful. Beautiful basketball. There's no reason to rest and relax. Keep it going. DeAndre Reed, who I haven't even said the name yet today.
Hasn't seen much playing time as of yet.
Raheem Sullivan. Matthew Daves Oh, there's a nice move. This is what I've been waiting to see from Matthew Daves. Nice move to the lane, finishing righty off glass. Matthew Daves with the thickest calves I've seen on a Filipino in my life.
No, they got some. That's what they're known for, actually.
Mm-hmm.
The very rounded calves.
Yeah, but that's muscle. Like that.
No,
is,
absolutely. I mean,
know,
he's.
That's what stood out to me when I first saw him, and obviously I've heard, that the kid can hang in the air a long time.
Let me tell you something about Filipino basketball there, because we had to touch that point. They love the game like I've never seen, like any other nation love a game. And you look at Christian David, who's at Butler now, that everyone slept on and got cut from various teams, and then just got an opportunity to shine. He shined, and he's going to do great things in his basketball career. Here's another guy, Matthew Daves now. People have been sleeping on, right? He's at 6'5", 6'6", very athletic, and has a nice mid-range game. I think he needs to add a 3-ball to his game to take it to the next level, but nevertheless, I mean, he's a guy, he's a winner, and we're going to see that this year as he wins a lot of games for Central Tech.
Sorry, going to jump in there because Denzel Cummings just drew a charge. We are 15 minutes into this game, and Denzel Cummings has done absolutely everything you could ask for in a player, let alone a point guard. Setting the table, demonstrating the picnic, as my broadcast partner would say.
Language.
He's hit from range.
That's language right there.
Dropping dimes, finished at the rim, drew a charge. Just waiting for this guy to call a couple of fouls as well. Possibly come over here, take the headset off, and call a little bit of the game.
Mix it up.
Central Tech now bringing it back. There's DeAndre Reed with the putback. This is what Central Tech does, and they have themselves now a 2-point lead in this game.
And what I loved about that take by Tariq, although he missed the layup, he drew 2 defenders his way, which opened up DeAndre Reed for the tip-in, and that's how you gotta play, aggressive. That's how Central Tech plays. That's how they live. Let's get it. I'm amped.
Interesting call there. Kaur took a shot to the jaw, but got called for the offensive foul. I liked the entry pass from Jamgoose there. This is Central Tech basketball though, eh? Fall behind early, battle back, use momentum on your side to change everything around, and then they have themselves a lead in the second quarter. And Kumsa brings down the rebound. This is a really great matchup. I love watching these two teams go at it. Jamgoose, nice pass, down low. Back up, Cummins. Into the corner, and Kumsa has it poked away.
I'm very optimistic about what London Basketball Academy will look like a month, 2 months, 3 months down the road, because what I saw a month ago and what I'm seeing now, it's a different ballgame. You know, these guys are playing on another level from an intensity standpoint, and now you're starting to see talent across the board shine.
Timeout on the floor, 4:02 to go. Stay with us.
British Columbia Christian Prep brings the most international flavor of any team in the National Preparatory Association, and with that comes an air of mystery surrounding this team. Veteran head coach Doug Dowell returns many of last year's players, which will give him a rotation of highly skilled players with prep experience already under their belt. Team leader and NCAA prospect Marajan Obad is expected to star on the West Coast this season, and he's joined on the front line by fellow big man Sammy Hunter from the Bahamas. Hunter spent his summer playing with the national team of his homeland and also took part in the NBA's Basketball Without Borders, collecting NCAA offers from coaches who love his skill in the paint. The Panthers have added even more depth with young...
4:02 left here. in the first half. Okai Jamgu's at the line. Halfway down before it popped out. Ooh, misses them both. Oh. And Kumsa just getting the lumber laid on him down low, but looking at that kid, gonna have to hit him pretty hard for him to feel it.
The bigs have been battling down low on both ends of the floor. I love it. And it's rare to see where, you know, all the guys, you know, 6'6" and up are engaged. I mean, look at this replay right here. My God. They're just going after it.
You know, that's always been when it comes to basketball in Canada, you know, the bigs. You know, we've always lacked size. And so it is exciting to see the different guys that we have coming up with the size and the skill being added to that.
Yeah, well, the thing is, with bigs, as we know, it always takes longer for development. So the least that they can give is their effort, a maximum effort, because that affects and impacts games. It's an energy game.
Daves in the corner.
Nice job.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at that. Josh and Kumsa, Jay, and Daves are wired up right now.
Yep. Oh, they forgot about Matthew Daves, but he couldn't miss the bunny. I'm not going to call it an air ball anymore. I'm going to call it an Elias.
Oh.
He was driving him.
Wow.
No, not because of
Shots
the game.
Fired.
It was
No.
It was driving him nuts yesterday, all the air balls.
Hey, production team, can I get a timer on that call there? We're going to bring that up to Elias. The synonym for air ball. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
It was driving him nuts yesterday as our national scout seeing 13 air balls thrown up in one game.
Wow.
And I know how much he loves them, so I'll shut him out every time now. Where is Elias? How come he's not on the call with me here anyways, by the way? I thought I was only doing one game with you.
You love this.
Well, the brothers will be reunited at the 9 a.m. game tomorrow. Tarek and Elias are going to be holding it down while I interview some international flavor of the BC Christian Prep.
That 9 a.m. game with Elias, that's going to be an uphill battle for many reasons.
Interviewing a kid from Iran on that team.
Who's that?
Turkey, Ukraine.
Oh, BC Christian.
Yep.
That's the United Nations. Kumsa.
And Kumsa with the finish. Raheem Sullivan. A lot of contact going on out there.
It's a man's game, as they say.
Sullivan now at the line. The wiry Raheem Sullivan. Seen a lot of missed free throws in this game.
Got to make them at the charity stripe. That's why they're free.
Kevin Jeffers just pulled Rashawn Chambers aside and said, I need you to wake up. I need you here. Be interesting to see what number 13 for the Blues can respond with. Ooh, and Kumsa got everybody to bite on the head and shoulders fake, but
I think he got himself to bite as well.
Yeah. Sullivan back up top. Hamad.
Wow.
There we go.
Tarek Ahmad. Wow. I'm not sure if it's the name or if it's the game. I think it's a little bit of both. And he started off slow, but it's stepped it up a couple notches right now.
Put his team back up too. Ooh. I don't think that's a shot we want to see from Kaur. He hit backboard. That's a Tarek.
That's all right. But yeah, if you bank it in. Fundamentals.
Cummins taking it hard. This is the Denzel Cummins show right now, folks.
That's your guy.
It was billed as the Okai Jamgu's Matthew Daves
special.
You know, you know, I'm not dreaming here. I know, you know, Denzel Cummins, you know, we talk about, you know, NCAA and, you know, we're trying to get these kids to the next level. And I mean, you know, Denzel Cummins, he's small. He's small stature. I mean, you know, I don't know what his ceiling is. I don't know where he's going to end up going, but I just, you know, tell you right now, he's making everybody on this team a lot better.
Well, he's still got, keep in mind, another year to
So what do you
return.
see from a player like this? This is like, you know, like
He's a next
Canadian
level.
university.
He's a next level player. At this point, somewhere in Canada.
Yep.
Can he get to the Division I level? Well, what is he missing? He's missing strength. He's missing, as I'm gonna let you call this here as Chambers.
No, I'm not. I mentioned that Kevin Jeffers pulled him aside and said, "I need to see more from you," and then he pulls out that, and you can see
There's
the
a
reaction
response.
he had. Right? You know,
No question.
he listened to his coach. But I don't mean to stop you there. But what I like about that is like we're getting to the point now, like because back in the day, not even back in the day, last couple of years, it's like, oh, you know, he's not going to go NCAA Division I, or maybe he'd be mid-major, you know, D2 even, whatever. But now it's like U Sports is getting to the point now where we see U Sports players going and playing in the G League, you know, playing professionally.
National team.
Yeah, exactly.
Senior national team.
I don't know, man. I would love to see this kid have a 4-year career at the U Sports level and make basketball better here at that level.
I think it just comes down to the fit, and he's got 1 year left, like I said, and he's in the bubble, right? Like he's producing at the highest levels, and he's competing at a high level. So he's gonna find a home, but you know whether that's here or in the States, I think whatever it comes down to, go to a place where you're needed and wanted, not where they're just gonna add you to fill out the roster.
I like that Matthew Daves finish right there. He's had a bit of a slow start today. Offensive rebound, nice little move. They're not going to get this over. Ooh, just got it over in time. Tough pass to try to thread through there.
The momentum. Oh, nice. He's got to be ready for that one. The pace of this game is now shifting in favor of Central Tech. It's getting hectic, but that's how Central Tech likes it. And that's how LBA doesn't like it.
Man, Raheem Sullivan, I think, has found another gear since last year. Like, I know speed has been...
As crazy as that sounds.
Yeah. I know speed is what he has to rely on. And it's just... He's so fast.
These type of players, who I compare him a little bit in terms of ball speed to a guy like Daniel Saki out of Winnipeg.
Yep.
You know, another top 50, top 20 player and top 5 PGs, him and Saki. They got to learn how to control those speeds.
Yes.
When to speed up, when to slow down, when to go in between that. So important because very few people have that type of ability.
Ooh. Spin move and some contact. Ooh, 2 LBA players deep in that corner. Almost a turnover. Nice pass to Kaur. Throw it down, big man.
Oh, me, oh, my.
We got ourselves a 1-point game.
Kaur. Let me tell you, folks, all 127 of you watching right now, look out for my boy Kaur, number 0 on London Basketball Academy, doing work.
1 second difference, game clock, shot clock. They could run this right down and have that last second click off after the made basket if it works out.
You look at that play right there, Jay. The time that he took looking at his hands and sulking was the exact time necessary to save that rock and save possession. Next play, we tell young guys all the time, you got to focus on the next play.
Oh, nice inbounds play. And they fell asleep at the wheel. Tariq Ahmad from downtown, big time shot, 4-point lead. Central Tech doing what the Blues do, battling back, taking a 4-point lead into halftime. Angelo Provenzano is not a happy man on the LBA sidelines, but you know what? Kevin Jeffers doesn't seem too happy either.
Nobody's happy until the final buzzer.
Neither am I. Where's Elias?
Hey,
8 minutes left.
I'm going to end the half
at halftime.
on this note.
Stay with us.
Tarek has the name and the game.
Well, Central Tech, it's the historic look, that castle feel. It's a gauntlet. You walk past and you just, whoa, you look up, and the reputation that comes with it, it has that feel, it has that effect. Being in downtown Toronto, it is what it is. You're going to get everything, right? So all the distractions are going to happen. All the excitement's going to be there. Any little thing happens in school, it's newsworthy because you're a downtown school, right? So we have to get past all those distractions and focus in and dial in what we're supposed to do inside this gym. Do we play with a chip? We make it so.
We're a grit and grind team. Like, we're like underdogs. So like, we play like, even though we're up 20, we play like we're down 20.
We try to break the neck of the other teams. Once we have our foot on the gas, like, we try not to let go. If you're a hard worker, if you have nothing to lose, if you're gonna put it all on the line every night, then you could come play on Central Tech.
I'm praying that they take on my personality. I got a smile and I laugh and I joke outside of the game, but inside the game, I'm yelling, I'm screaming, and I'm fierce. And that's how we're developing right now. Stop relying on what we did in the years past or the games past. It's now, yes? And when we get to be that, tenacious group, that loud group, that aggressive group, great things happen.
That style and structure is making Central Tech a destination basketball school for players like Matthew Daves, who joined the Blues for his senior season.
I knew the coaches and I knew how their style of training was. And I thought that I'd fit in here well. It just brings up like a certain tone to how I'm doing everything. So like every single rep is more important now. Being Filipino, it's a bit different. Like, people look at me a different way when I'm playing. They're not going to see someone like me, like an Asian person, play the way that I play usually.
How do you play?
I'm in the air a long time, just to say that.
In Season 2 of the National Preparatory Association, Jeffers will look to his returning seniors to lead the team on and off the court, which also prepares them for the next level.
Me being the oldest, it puts a lot of responsibility on my back, because coach, he tells me to always watch out for the guys, make sure everyone's good. Because after I leave here, coaches in other schools, they look at the kind of person you are off the court before on the court. They want to know what you could do in school. They want to know what you could do in a group of people if you're going to be communicating. All my friends back home, they really think I've changed a lot, and they said it's for the better too.
Coach Jeffers is an amazing guy. Taught me a lot because he's been coaching me since young, been watching me play growing up, playing basketball at the community center. And he just been there for me. Changed me a lot because before I wasn't really doing the stuff that I need to do to go to the next level. Since I came here, I started getting the support, the help that I needed to succeed, school-wise and basketball-wise. He prepares me to be a man.
The good will follow the good, the bad will follow the bad. But if people see the good in you, they're gonna make sure and push you to that stream. Central Tech is labeled. It's no chance that I'm here trying to change that label, try to bring forward a better understanding of who it is and what the school is about. Well, Central Tech, it's the historic look, that castle feel. It's a gauntlet. You walk past and you just, whoa, you look up, and the reputation that comes with it, it has that feel, it has that effect. Being in downtown Toronto, it is what it is. You're gonna get everything, right? So all the distractions are gonna happen, all the excitement's gonna be there, any little thing happens in school, it's newsworthy because you're a downtown school, right? So we have to get past all those distractions.
RJ Barrett. I wanna fly, can you take me far away? Give me a star to reach for, tell me what it takes, and I'll go so high, my feet won't touch the ground. Just hitch my wings and pull the strings. I brought these dreams that all fall down.
The nice thing about him is he's a basketball player. There is no position defined for him. He's learning the skills. He's learning the skills of playing the 1, 2, 3, 4, the guard at all positions.
The last thing what makes RJ Jr. so special is that he wants to be special. He's willing to do the work to become special. He's open to learning. He has his flaws like everyone else does, but he recognizes his flaws. He knows to keep working on them, and he's never satisfied even with his own strengths as a basketball player. So that's what makes him special.
Number 7, Roman Eric Jr.
That's my boy. He never stopped seeking to amaze me. And when we were in the game, like, I could tell what he was gonna do. I was like, he's my boy. I'm gonna just let him, show out. So, but the chemistry's really good. We're roommates right now and everything. So.
I call him a professional scorer. That's definitely going to translate to the NBA game. He is relentless on getting around you and getting to the basket and getting to the foul lines. And that's what I respect about him. I'm a huge fan of his.
That's all. Okay, showtime.
RJ making the splash takes his rightful throne at number 1, and I think regardless of class, he would have been there anyways. Maybe even number 1 in North America, let alone the Canadian rankings. Was the leading scorer in the most competitive league in the world at the amateur level. At 6'7", a guy that's playing 2 and 1, that's a deadly combination.
I think the first thing with RJ is he has goals, right? He has goals that he's set out, that he's driving for. So that's always great, right? Because all you ever really have to do is continue to focus him towards the goals he set. If you're trying to achieve the things that he is, I think that he's a hard worker, he's a consistent worker, and oh, here he comes. Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
Being number 1 in the world, there's no conversation about it, there's no discussion about it. But what's next for you? What are your goals?
Pretty simple, go to college and go to the NBA and be a star.
Keep the intensity high.
Get your feet square, get your feet square.
Take it home, write it down, grab a homie, and work on it. Work on it, master it.
AJ Lawson, go! He gets it to go! Wow.
Check it out, Jalen.
Oh my God!
Top 10.
Two-way players are the best players.
We're back to second half action. 38-34, Central Tech battling back from a double-digit deficit to take a lead through 2 quarters. Got some leaders for you. Kur Jakuc.
Told you, that's what it was.
Yeah, if you said it 5 different ways, eventually you get one that was close, right?
It's 20%. That's not bad.
5 points, 9 boards. It's funny, Matthew Daves, who I scribbled down here as David, subconsciously Christian David, Filipino connection anyways. Matthew Daves, 11 points after a slow start. Denzel Cummins, 12 points. A little bit of everything going on. Both teams sharing the rock. Not a lot of assists in the game, but everyone kind of getting a chance to find their flow. They're coming at Cummins fairly often. After hitting 3 straight threes, Okai Jamguz has not been able to find his groove again. Matthew Daves, very good around the rim, contorting the body to be able to finish. One minute in. Tech with a 6-point lead. Wow. 5-second inbounds. Angelo Provenzano not a happy man on that LBA sideline. Foul down low. It's going to go on Jackson Zach and Connie Bear. Josh Nkumsa gets the quick hook. In comes Michael Mattis out of Oakville, Ontario. Up top, DeAndre Reed now working on Jamguz. Gets into the corner, almost threw it into the lap of Elias Sabet. Wait, isn't Elias supposed to be over here beside me?
Supposed to. Someone's gotta pick up. Momentum.
I'll even take Tarek Ahmad right now to be beside me. Instead, I got Tarek Sabet.
Wow. I'm about to drop the mic.
We still got Denzel Cummins doing his thing.
What do we got?
We got a 4-point lead right now for Central Tech. The Blues battling back. I had a quick check. Kevin Jeffers at halftime, and I said, he just kind of shook his head at me, and I said, this is what you guys do. Fall behind double digits, battle back for a halftime lead. I said, yeah, that's why I got so much gray in my goatee.
Yeah, I was about to say, does it have hair? Neither do I, so we're good.
Shutout Turkey. 7:47 left here in the third quarter. Kevin Jeffers has a question for Tarek Ahmad. Meanwhile, down the baseline, we got a injury. Angelo Provenzano checking it out. Let's take a quick break. And we'll be back. Hopefully everything's okay.
Division 6 has a new member in the courtyard, with Roe Russell bringing Crestwood Prep onto the scene with the type of big-time talent you would expect with top players from every upcoming class. That includes Jacoby Neath, a shifty and athletic guard who is a treat to watch and is firmly entrenched in the top 5 of the class of 2019. With a roster full of young blood with tons of potential, Crestwood Prep will be a team to watch in their expansion season in the NPA. One of last year's heavyweights of the Southeast Division was the Toronto Basketball Academy, who will look to continue their winning ways with their trademark run-and-gun style. Known for their length and athleticism, TBA graduated some of their stars from last season, but they have talent waiting in the wings. As fan favorite Cordell Vera exits the stage, in steps Marcus Masters, a high IQ point guard that can also shoot it.
We're back live. Everything is good with Jamguz's Okais. Although he's now on the bench, so LBA is going to have to find some offense. Denzel Cummins has a high field goal percentage in this game. You know, we expect to see those two hook up an awful lot this season. Raheem Sullivan and Matthew Daves, but that was out of range even for the high-flying Filipino. They are not allowing Cummins to get over half court easily.
Eating up a lot of shot clock here.
Oh, a lot of contact, no call. Refs letting him play. Matthew Daves up ahead, Raheem Sullivan. This is Central Tech Blues basketball.
Full court pressure here.
Wow, Sullivan steps in. 4-0 run from Raheem Sullivan himself. You really see how Matthew Daves can fit into this squad.
From the floor, he can't do that, okay? You can't acknowledge it. What are you doing? You can't call that. Do you want it or no? No, I didn't call it.
Timeout they thought was called. Didn't really make much sense. Wasn't needed at this point. Mistake by the table, so we continue on 3.5 minutes into this third quarter of our first real marquee matchup of this session. We got many more coming your way as teams continue to file into the nation's capital for the battle in the capital. Matthew Daves.
Good luck.
Finds DeAndre Reed. Raheem Sullivan. Just beat the shot clock. Central Tech gets it back. I think Angelo Provenzano wants a timeout. Angelo Provenzano doesn't want this to get away from him. His team just not responding here in the third quarter. Stay with us. We'll be back to Ottawa, Ontario, the NPA's first session of the second season.
While the loss of Jace Colley will be filled by the reliable Patrick Emlin and Amir Golizade, two key players from last year's squad who have been waiting for their time to shine. TBA is all about highly skilled, interchangeable players that give this team the type of depth that will pose problems for all of their opponents. The unofficial T-Dot division of the NPA wouldn't be complete without a grinded-out, aggressive blue-collar squad, and the Central Tech Blues are just that. While returning seniors DeAndre Reed and Rashawn Chambers do bring some size to the front line, C-Tech will be looking to their veteran savvy and basketball IQ to overcome size disadvantages at other spots on the floor. This jump man-backed Kevin Jeffers coach team will have many weapons at their disposal with a team-first mentality, keeping them in every game that they play in the National Preparatory Association.
Quick hit out of the timeout. Kevin Jeffers drew up a nice sideline out of bounds play. It was a long two, an 8-point lead for the Blues.
And DeAndre Reed needed that. He's usually their energy guy.
Raheem Sullivan has been the spark plug for this team. And he comes up with another steal. Great pass.
That's 3 steals in 2 minutes.
I would say Angelo Provenzano needs a timeout, but he just took one. This is havoc. This is hell. This is Central Tech Blues basketball.
All of a sudden, it's a 12-point game.
It's a 14-point game. Raheem Sullivan is jacked up. Another timeout. Angelo Provenzano needs to find a solution. This leads up to 12 midway through the third quarter. We'll be back. Things are getting exciting in Ottawa.
Pangos will shoot another three, his third triple already.
I'm a retired teacher. I coached at a whole bunch of different levels throughout the player delivery system in Canada. Involved myself at the provincial level as head coach of Team Ontario from 1994 to 97. Coached at the university level, University of Guelph for 7 years, high school coach, and I'm now an author. And I'm an author of a book called Can't Miss, a story about Kevin Pangos. But the angle that I'm bringing about the book is that I'm a basketball coach who wrote a book. So the delivery of the book encapsulates everything that's Canada basketball is all about.
Bembry handling it cross court to Pangos for three, and Kevin knocks it down.
I read a book called Outliers, and it talked about why people need people around them to take advantage of.
Just want to take a look down there. So this is a 14-4 run. It's still going. It's a 16-4 run. DeAndre Reed off another steal. We just had Raheem Sullivan is going off right now, and the Central Tech Blues are out for blood.
This is getting out of hand.
Angelo Provenzano
buzzers
is burning every timeout that he has right now. Another timeout. Kevin Jeffers' squad is jacked up. Raheem Sullivan leading the way. Steal after steal. You want a bakery? We got turnovers going on. Stay with us. We'll be back to the battle in the Capitol.
I like that, Jay.
Understand that. Two-way players are the best players.
Here's Sabri Phillip, two-hand jam.
Let's go, boy!
It doesn't matter from what city you're from, how tall you are, what school, what club you represent. Game speaks. There's no politics here.
We've traveled across the country and back. 6 years running. Canada's basketball talent blossoms right before our eyes. From coast to coast. It's our job to bring it to the light. No gimmicks, just hard work on the hardwood. Who will step up to the plate this summer? Who will make their game undeniable and challenge every man in front of him? Game will speak.
This leads up to 19. Like, this has been something else in the last 3 minutes. And it was funny, I know we've seen LBA take a couple of timeouts, and Central Tech is out on the court waiting for them to come out of the timeout and just staring them down. You know, not mean mugging, just like they're hungry. They're just waiting. They're like, come out so we can steal the ball off you again. It's very impressive, the mental mindset of this team.
Good response though there. A nice look on the inbound to the big fella. They needed something to just stop the bleeding.
And Kumsa hitting from the line. This can be helpful for this team. Angelo Provenzano just had to check in with the score table, say how many timeouts have I burned, because he doesn't even remember. He's just calling them at every possible moment right now to try to stop this bleeding. As you know, there's plenty of time in this game left. Just need a couple of big time shots and a couple. Whoa! Oh! Whoa!
I've seen him do that already.
Matthew Daves just tried to Blake Griffin Josh and Kumsa. Well, this is what we're talking about.
And
LBA
remember,
just needs to get it going. And Kumsa took a hard hit.
A lot of this happened on the floor while Okai Jamgoose was on the bench. And that's after Denzel Cummins, that's their next guy, in terms of decision-making, ball-handling duties.
I'm just impressed, like, that insane 3 minutes. Like, those turnovers all happened inside the free throw line of LBA's side of the court. Like, it's insane. That was wild.
They don't want that pressure.
They don't want the pressure. Over this live stream and just take a look at how that happened. Just blink of an eye, and the lead was up to 18. Matthew Daves running out of space. 3-ball. Look at that. Central Tech gets it back off the rebound, but they stepped out of bounds. You know, LBA has now weathered this storm. Need a couple of big shots, and this game can go right back. I know the game can get right back, right?
Definitely far from over.
And here you go. So it's Okai bringing it up right now. Jamgoose. Into the corner, down low. Back out Okai. Front rim and out. Cummins going after it. One of those fouls that, you know, you can't be mad at. He was going after the loose ball. 2:53 left. It's a 15-point game. Wing 3-ball. And all of a sudden, Central Tech has gotten away from what they were doing so well. Now they're starting to shoot from range, which really isn't their game. And they've allowed LBA, and this was pretty close to being a clear path foul as well.
That's what I was thinking. And I think they're going to call it that.
Yeah. 2 shots in the ball.
Fortunate call there for LBA. Get to
Akeem Olack at the line. Haven't been able to say the name yet today.
Could be a real defensive presence for this team. An athletic guard.
Akeem Olack splits a pair. Cummins has got Adebaboye right in his shorts. Someone was going to get called for a foul there. And it was
Isaiah can't believe it.
Jamgoose finds himself freed up. Now trying to set up the offense, just 12 on the shot clock. Ooh, and he kicks it out of bounds. There's not been a good second half here for Okai Jamgoose.
Talked about it, that's the area he's got to be able to embrace. Pressure on the ball, got to be able to attack versus play east to west, got to play north south.
Ooh, baseline move, not even close. Kaur comes down with it in transition. Stolen. Back the other way, stolen right back.
Some serious length there on that interception.
Ooh, that was close. Almost an over and back.
Very strategic is Coach Jeffers. He's got the guards up tight, even in the half court. He understands that LBA lacks ball handling that they need.
Okai into the lane, maybe getting himself to the line will help get his groove back. Jamgoose hits the first. I believe that's his first point since the opening quarter. But I mean, a guy like this with the stroke that he has, he can get it going pretty quick. The timing would be good.
LBA's chipping away at the free throw line. The clock stopped. Uncharacteristically, missed free throws for Jamgoose.
Kaur Jakouch gets the offensive rebound off the missed free throw. Good to get to the line, stop the clock, but you got to hit your free throws. Lead still at 13. Ooh, just snuck that one in. Central Tech Blues have used some suffocating full court press to turn this game around in a hurry. Amazing to think that they were down double digits early in this game and then jumped out to a 19-point lead here in the third. And here's LBA with a chance to get it back to single digits. Cummins. Handoff. Okay, into the corner. Nice ball movement, gets
Good
to
patience.
Kumsa.
Very nice patience there. They made the extra pass. They knew the big men had position. I think if LBA can settle down in the half court, get Central Tech off balance, they're going to be fine. And I think the fact that they have the inside-outside presence between, Nkumsa, Kerr, and then on the outside, Cummins and Jumgaz. I mean, they got to use Jam Goose, excuse me. They got to use. You got the deaths there from Jay there, so.
It was a glare, it wasn't a death.
Sorry, death glare.
No, this is
death glare. It wasn't. You're saying it wasn't.
It was just a glare. No, we're not there yet.
Well, it was scary.
Talk to me tomorrow.
It was scary. 10-point game.
Sullivan, who had that unbelievable few minutes here in the third quarter, has gone a little bit silent of late. But man, did he make an impact for this squad. Here we go again.
Central Tech's given opportunities right now.
The negative step in that corner. Elias and I talked about it consistently yesterday. So here we go, 34.7 left. It's a 10-point deficit LBA is staring down. An opportunity to get this to single digits before the third quarter is up. That was not a good look on the entry pass. Ooh, big time slip. Couple of bad passes, and we're going back the other way.
Be good momentum swing here.
And Kumsa is fouled. I think it was one of those times where it's Rashawn Chambers did get all ball, but because of the positioning of it, the referee figured he was trying to take the foul. Do you know what I mean? I think like the whistle was on its way to being blown.
I thought there was contact there. I thought there was, I mean, it's not a shocker.
There you go. If Kumsa can hit his free throws, he can be quite a weapon for this squad because, I mean, he looks like the type of guy who's going to take contact anytime he gets the ball down low. Kind of hard not to make contact with that wide body.
You got to use him as a weapon on every other possession. You can't go a couple possessions without a touch at least because he'll draw attention.
Blues holding for the final shot. Oh, dribbling out of his own shoes. Good defense. Raheem Sullivan, no good. An 8-point lead, and you know what? You figure down 8 isn't momentum, but LBA is heading into this break feeling pretty good about themselves. 57-49 Central Tech. We'll be back with fourth quarter action after a short break. History has been made in Canadian basketball.
From the Maritimes to the nation's capital.
I just like the sound.
Brady Cancun, my goodness.
To the 6.
Oh, big block there.
To the prairies.
By Deshaun Henry.
All the way to British Columbia. This is the NPA.
One hand jam! All over the defense. My Lord. Goodness gracious. Campbell with the facial. Oh! E-man. Defense to offense.
Cummins. That is
no
not
way.
the guy.
No way.
Cummins.
Plus the foul. Got the answer. Wow. That's another good one. There it is. Sammy Hunter. And then Ross
look at this. Danilo Jiricic ending his high school career with a dagger of a spike.
GTA Prep wisely feeding the hot hand. Oh, nice step back, cross through, and we got Sidney Kabongo.
Back live, fourth quarter underway. Give you a quick rundown thus far. Central Tech fell behind double digits, battled back, took the lead at halftime by 4. Had a 14-4 run to begin the third quarter. That was just ridiculous. LBA weathered that storm, came back to cut that lead, and now in Okai Jamguz, his first three-pointer since the opening quarter, and suddenly LBA is down just 5.
And Central Tech has the answer. I like the movement off the ball by LBA. A lot more activity. The different guys looking for opportunities off the ball, but not recognizing the shot clock. Jamguz with the turnover.
Angelo Provenzano is actually asking his bench, where were you guys on that? Why weren't you counting down that shot clock for your guard out there? He's got a point. If you're on the bench, you still got a job to do. Adebaboye over the corner, Raheem Sullivan, who was instrumental in that huge run in the third quarter. DeAndre Reed just had that fall in his lap. You know, Coor had 9 boards in that first half. He has really seen his energy level drop off here in the second half.
All their bigs, actually. It looks like they used up all their energy in the first half, because that was the third time already in this quarter where the ball just fell right into the lap of Central Tech on the offensive board.
Denzel Cummins can't get it to go. Bat the other way. Foul. Keem Lack out of my hometown, Brampton, Ontario, getting the
B-Town
foul.
Okay. I didn't know you were a Brampton guy.
Shout out mid-90s Brampton.
Okay. And then you moved to Toronto. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys very...
Brampton's not the same anymore. Back in my day.
You're a young guy, though, Jason.
Yeah.
Don't date yourself now.
Shutting out the Central Peel Griffins.
Ooh.
Career high 13 points against Humberview.
Big time.
Big time. Huge game. Not live streamed.
3 balls?
Yeah, oh, of course.
What else?
Pick and pop guy, man.
Pick and pop.
Mostly pick. LBA trying to still trim at this lead. It's back up to 11. Central Tech Blues, you know, we joke that the Blues like to spot their opponents' double-digit leads. They really don't give up leads too often. But Okai Jamguz is trying to bring his squad back down to single digits now. 9-point deficit. And there is Okai Jamguz once again in transition. You know, he went so silent through the second and third quarters there. He just had a feeling that once the fourth quarter hit, he was going to get his flow going. And
he knocked down the 3 and then made another.
It was the free throw that started it, then the 3, transition.
Yep. And they need him to win this game. No
absolutely,
question.
Absolutely. Cummins to Jamguz.
Oh, you don't want him going. He's got the 3 up. He's got the fingers up.
Okai's feeling okay.
It's 4-point game.
Down to 4, yep. This is the marquee game we were talking about all day long.
Game of runs right
Once
here.
Once again, Jamguz spinning back. Followed by Coor is no good. That would have been everything LBA needed.
They needed that.
Yes, they did.
Big way. Just that momentum, keep that momentum going. Reached its peak. Nice move there by Jamguz, which wasn't able to finish. very calculated in his attack. He saw the space. He knew he needed to spin. Missed it on the finish there.
Body's hitting the floor off the ball. 6:26 left here in the fourth quarter. That was a hesitant three there. Foul down low. Gonna call it on Akeem Olak. .6:19 to go. 63-59 for the Central Tech Blues. We've been saying this was the marquee matchup today, and it has delivered. Ooh, threading the needle.
Wow.
Isaiah Adebaboye. That was special. Cummins, hands off. Jamgoose really liked this play.
Oh, he's gotta be ready for that.
Yep, that was very well drawn up. Oh, DeAndre Reed fell hard into that end wall. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break while DeAndre recovers. Stay with us, we'll be back. We've got a great game going on here in the nation's capital.
NPH Events. There's an opportunity to get involved at the ground level. NPH hosts elite level high school tournaments to national club team championships throughout the course of the season. Now is your chance to get involved with the fastest growing sport in Canada with the industry leaders and influencers. Get in the game today and join NPH in growing basketball in this country.
Good news, Reed is okay. That was a scary fall, but luckily no major injury. I think it was more of a scare than anything else. Missed the first free throw. Angelo Provenzano over here still kind of getting used to the guys, the weapons that he has on his floor. I think he's still shocked about what he can see from Coor. Reed is money on the second. Leads back up to 7 for the Blues. It's fun to watch these two go at it, isn't it?
It's pretty good defense. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think there was much of a foul there, but those are the ones that kill coaches, is when good defense doesn't get rewarded.
Ooh, that's a foul. Reed caught in Kumsa across the noggin.
That was definitely a foul.
Kevin Jeffers wants a timeout. It's winning time right now, folks. Stay with us. We'll be back after the timeout.
Yet again, a 10-point advantage restored for Team Blue. Oh! It's Judy Charges throwing it down!
Welcome to the NPH live broadcasting experience. Allow our team of video technicians to capture your event in high definition. Streaming directly on all NPH media platforms. Up-to-the-minute live game coverage featuring professional commentators and analysts.
Tip in! No good! 2 seconds to go! Oh!
Commercial spots available to promote and market your brand, event, or product. Enjoy the ultimate way to catch the game when you can't.
That man from Quebec can fly!
Exposure starts here.
Where'd you hear that?
We're back.
Hey,
Tarek making side bets behind me here.
They hate on Ottawa, man. I see you, Ottawa. I see you.
Denzel Cummins checking in with the scorekeeper to see how many fouls he has. The backcourt for LBA, Okai Jamgoose and Denzel Cummins, really, as they go, so does the squad. We talked a lot about the bigs, Coor Jakuch and Josh and Kumsa. But it's these two in the backcourt that get the ball to those two bigs. Really, everything runs through them. It's a 5-point lead, folks. Tell your friends. Now's the time to tune in to the battle in the Capitol. Two great teams that have battled it out here. And the game is hanging in the balance right now. London and Toronto battling it out in Ottawa.
When you have capable shooters in LBA's roster, it's kind of difficult for you to really get away.
Oh, that inbounds pass fired directly through everybody. Central Tech. An opportunity to push this lead back up. No good. Ooh, big block by Nkumsa. And he punches it out. That was smart.
Heads up play right there.
And Cummins finishing with 2. He's been pretty silent in this second half.
What a smart play there by Nkumsa. That wasn't by accident. He saw his man leaking.
High IQ play there by the big man, and the lead's down to 3. Ooh, nice little cross by McKinnon and a no-look feed into the corner. Travel call.
Man, Central Tech has opened the door for LBA to walk right through. Key mistakes, key turnovers that were unforced.
Offense has really just disappeared.
After the full court pressure, you know, not much there. And if it's not broken, they'll fix it.
Down to a single-digit game, but LBA just can't get it over half court right now to be able to take advantage. There's Raheem Sullivan. Gets himself to the line. That was Jamgoose with the foul. It's one thing with LBA, they've kept themselves out of major foul trouble. Sullivan cashes 1. Gets them both to push the lead up to 5. Cummins. Doesn't seem like there's any pressure that he can't handle. Pushed off there, got away with it.
Big board right there. I like that. That's what we got used to in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like one of the first times we've seen an offensive rebound from Big Coor in the second half here.
But when you see him get up in the air and stretch out those arms, that's distance. He's got a lot of height on those boards, and no one else is going up there. No one on the floor has the capabilities to get up there.
Just the low 5 he threw the way of Nkumsa there. It's just the wingspan. And
it's a knee scratcher.
It's unbelievable. Lots of arc on that shot with that length. It's a 4-point lead. Central Tech just hanging on right now. Haven't been able to pull away. You figure this one's going to go right down to the wire. Jumper no good. Here we are. Another opportunity to get to a single possession game. That's step back. 1. Cash. Money. Okai. A Jamgoose. Canada Top Flight Academy just rolls into the gym in time to see the conclusion of this outstanding game.
Floater game.
Sullivan answering back.
Floater game.
It's winning time, folks. Who wants it? The first game for both of these teams in the Ottawa session. Cummins to Nkumsa. Ooh, that would have been big. Instead, Nkumsa goes to the line. Shoot 2. Nkumsa misses the first. A lot of missed free throws in this game. Ooh, and the second rolls out.
These missed opportunities.
They're going to come back to hurt this team if they end up losing. Raheem Sullivan.
That's what Raheem Sullivan came to do. Lead this team in his final senior year to a national championship. And he's putting the team on his back and stepping up when it matters most.
Leads back up to 5. Ooh, Cummins comes up limping. Matthew Daves checks back in for the first time in a while. He and DeAndre Reed have found themselves in that bench for quite a long time. Hits the first. And Nkumsa shoots a lot of free throws. Gets the roll on the second. That's a pretty easy foul. DeAndre Reed jumps in there right away. Coor just threw Reed to the ground. Days jumped in right away with a push, and DeAndre Reed did exactly what he told me his role was on this team. To step in and make sure his team doesn't pick up any silly technicals.
That was showed great leadership right there, because things could have got really chippy.
2 unsportsmanlikes there. They got both Coor and Daves.
We told you it's been getting chippy down low all game, so that was kind of with the writing on the wall.
And that's why Matthew Daves was on the bench for so long. He had 4 fouls and he just picked up his 5th. He's gone.
Wow, that's a big loss right there in crunch time.
Well, he had just re-entered the game as well. I think that's a chance. I think Kevin Jeffers will probably have a chat with his fiery Filipino tonight and say, hey, we understand that you're passionate. We understand that you're there for your team, but you can't pick up fouls like that. Unsportsmanlike or technicals also count as personals, and you can be out pretty quick. He's too valuable to this team.
Thanks everyone for tuning in, reaching record numbers by the game.
Put back by Adebaboye.
Here comes the pressure once again.
Cummins. Okai was wide open in the corner. And Nkumsa fouled.
That's 5 on. 3 blues got 5, coach. 3 blues? Was that on 3? But was that ball on 3? 3 blue, yeah. What's up? Come on in. You wasn't going to give me, bro. You got it fouled out. I'm going to foul. Yo, Creek. You got the guy over there. Hey, guys, next time. 23.
It's 2 blues that have fouled out of this game now. Still have this 5-point lead with 2:29 to go. And Nkumsa just continues his parade back to the line. Money on them both.
Big free throws right there, Jay.
3-point lead, 2:29 to go. Oh, and Coombs sends it back.
Gotta corral that possession.
Oh, and Coombs just wildly swinging and staying with it. Naz Roberts.
That was huge.
Came out of nowhere.
A 2 against 1, and one ended up getting it.
Oh, wide open Okai.
Don't leave him.
Owak. Back up top to Cummins. 8 on the shot clock.
Gotta count it.
Basket and
Gotta
the
count
bump.
it.
Denzel Cummins coming through in crunch time once again.
You know, when Denzel attacks the rim, typically good things happen. Now, if he can master that decision making on the go in the lane, because oftentimes if he gets in too deep, he can get himself into trouble. But if he sees that gap, attack. If not, gotta kick out.
Yeah.
And that's these type of smaller point guard. That's where they can thrive. You know, attack, kick, finish.
Cummins at the line now. LBA has done a very good job of forcing the issue down low, getting themselves to the charity stripe. That's a third player fouling out for Central Tech. They are quickly running out of options. This high-pressure defense that they use so well also leads to a lot of whistles. Sullivan on the wing. 3 is no good, and Kumsa brings it down. LBA has a chance to tie the game or take the lead for the first time since the second quarter.
Wow.
Get it down to Nkumsa. Handoff. Jamgoose traveled. $1:15 to go. Bad time to pick up a traveling call. There's no good turnovers. That one was especially painful for LBA. Central Tech looking to find an answer. Guess
Floater
who?
game.
Guess who?
Floater game.
You knew who was going to have the rock in his hand, Raheem Sullivan.
That's two big buckets from Sullivan this quarter, both off the floater. And that's the lost art right there. Getting in the lane, either a mid-range or a floater. And he's put on a clinic.
That's the 4th Central Tech Blues player fouling out. And as Kevin Jeffers so politely advised the official, that's 20 fouls on 4 guys.
That is wild right there. They are dropping like flies.
Cummins is pure from the line. Leads down to 2.
Here we go. Lock up and lock in. Less than a minute to go.
You figure who's going to have the ball in his hand to make this decision? It's going to be Raheem Sullivan, because he makes good decisions.
Wow.
Oh,
great
couldn't
contest.
get the roll.
To go.
London Basketball Academy with a chance to take the lead or tie the game. Denzel Cummins has it sent back. Rashawn Chambers called for the foul. I'm just waiting to hear, and he is fouled out.
Another one?
Rashawn Chambers, the 5th player to foul out in this 4th quarter.
That's fine. I talked to him. I can't talk to him. Sorry. That's 5 minutes.
Another one. That's how many down?
25 fouls on 5 players.
Half the roster.
I mean, it looked clean on the ball, but it might have been the follow-through that got him. Khalid Ismail coming off the bench. This is not the guy you want at the line if you're Central Tech. Denzel Cummins.
Jay Denzel has stepped up again.
Missed the first.
But he's been a guy that stepped up in the fourth quarter to get them in this position.
We're in for a finish here, folks. A 1-point game, the battle in the Capitol. Game number 6 on this week is a treat. The Blues need a big bucket, and they go into the hands of Raheem Sullivan, attacking floater
game. Oh.
Short, popping out. LBA, are they going to play it out? And Kumsa pull it up.
No way.
Kaur.
And there's another foul call. This is when Toronto comes into Ottawa, you got to be decisive with the victory. Otherwise, they're not getting the benefit of the doubt.
This has been a wild, wild game. Our first single possession game. In the final seconds, Kevin Jeffers needs a timeout after these. This is the first. You hear Coach Omar on the bench. Ball don't lie. Both teams wanted a timeout after this make. And it's Central Tech that has it in first.
He ties it up.
This game is tied. Got a timeout, Central Tech. 6.9 on the clock. We're gonna keep it here. So Tarek, did this game deliver as the marquee matchup so far in the tournament?
You called it, Jay. J-Tom, once again, money.
Great matchup. It's a little too bad that 5 players fouling out.
That's a half a roster. They're looking for answers right now.
Almost an entire starting 5 there.
Coach Jeffers might call you up with the career-high 13 points right now. It might come in handy.
I've been to a couple practices this year at Central Tech, so
you're basically an extension of the roster. You got the playbook there. So
I got fresh legs right now.
Here we go.
Been sitting here calling
viewers. That's another record.
Been calling
another one.
8 hours of basketball today, so I'm fresh.
Appreciate everyone tuning in here on NorthPoleHoops.com. As you know, game speaks out here, and that's what's going to happen in the next 6.9 seconds. Squads are tied up at 78, and both have reached the foul limit. Any fouls will get the team to the line.
Are you suggesting that possibly we may hear a whistle?
We could hear a whistle. We could definitely hear a whistle. It would not be beyond our imagination. Oh, we have reached the 170 mark. New record, another one.
Canada Top Flight Academy has been waiting in that corner underneath their national championship banner for a while. They will be playing the final game against BC Christian, but right now we have the finale of Central Tech LBA. Raheem Sullivan has the ball in his hand. 2 on the clock, gets into the lane. Floater game!
Floater game! Floater game! Raheem Sullivan with the floater game! And this game is over.
Timeout was called. We got .4 on the clock.
Wow. Floater game.
I know. We got 2 points.
Are you kidding me?
.4 left on the clock. If anybody can get a shot off with .4 on the clock, there's 2 guys.
Steph Curry.
Okai Jamgu's
That
or Denzel Cummins
was very predictable. Raheem Sullivan, no one's been proven to be able to stay in front of him, tags the rim, and I told you about that floater game clinic. I think he should host a floater game clinic because very rare, it's a lost art. Sullivan, my guy. Whoever wants to jump on the Raheem Sullivan bandwagon, the door is wide open.
Angelo Provenzano had a timeout left, called it with .4 on the clock. The Central Tech Blues. I could tell you one thing that Kevin Jeffers is telling them right now. Sorry, I'm gonna go with two things. One, don't leave Okai Jamgoose open. Two, don't foul. Let's see
I like it.
What Angelo Provenzano can draw up coming out of this timeout. .4 on the clock, 80-78, Central Tech Blues. This has been an outstanding game, folks. This is one that should break records on the replay. You're going to be able to catch this on North Pole Hoops YouTube page. You can watch it as many times as you want.
Classic.
On the inbounds, Kaur. And Kumsa. It's Cummins.
No way. Oh,
it's short. What an unbelievable game, folks. Tell your friends to make sure to check in and watch this one on NorthPoleHoops.com. This is what the National Preparatory Association is all about. We still got another game. The defending champs, Canada Top Flight Academy, taking on BC Christian. Stay tuned. We'll be back. The Central Tech Blues winning a thriller.
I like it.